Greetings, I'm Kathy Green, and my channel is Christian News and Interviews. I'm just going to quickly share with you a word from God, straight from the Bible. And if you've been in Christianity for 2 seconds, you're familiar with this word where God promises that if it's in the darkness, He's going to bring it to the light. If I were the pastor of a church, I would keep my nose so clean because if you are truly born again, one thing you know for sure is that God is real. And one person you don't want to be exposed by is God. And one of the things He's using this YouTube channel for, YouTube in general, He's exposing some ministers. And there's something in the air in Georgia because I'm going to share with you very quickly a story that's coming out of Georgia about Bishop Oliver Haney and Jessica Pitts. These are allegations. She says that from the time she was 15 until 21, when she broke it off, this married man took advantage of her. I'm going to quickly share with you 2 Corinthians 11, 13, and 14. For such are false apostles, deceitful workers, transforming themselves into apostles of who? Christ. And no wonder, for the devil himself transforms himself into an angel of light. Therefore, it is of no great thing if his ministers, not God's ministers, also transform themselves into ministers of righteousness, whose end will be according to their works. God is real. He's exposing. And I would strongly encourage those of you who are playing with God. The Word of God says it is a dangerous thing to fall into the hands of the living God. How humiliating it is every time God exposes a minister openly. And by the time God exposes a minister openly, you know what has happened? He sent messengers to those fake ministers or real ministers to warn them. And they've been so wicked that they've ignored every message. And so then God moves in and He kicks it up a notch. And so right now, God has different bloggers and YouTube channels exposing Bishop Oliver Haney. And again, this is an accusation by Jessica Pitts. If it's not the truth, Bishop, I'll be more than happy to interview you. This is Christian News and Interviews. I'll be more than happy to interview you, to give you a word, to let you speak your piece. But if it is true, and if you're not truly called by God, because see, a man who's truly called by God, at some point, his conscience will sear him. But if this went on from the age of this young lady being 15 all the way through 21, it means that there was no conscience. There was no searing. And the only reason it ended was because she ended it. That's the sign of a false prophet. That's the sign of someone who's in the ministry, but he put himself in. God has nothing to do with it. And so he's doing the work of the ungod. That's a dangerous place to be. Because that means that you are about to bust hell wide open. Saints, I play with many things. But Jesus Christ of Nazareth, I won't play with him. God bless.